Hey guys, Jerry Handy Sr. here, jerryhandy.com, empowering entrepreneurs through education, and it's Sunday afternoon. God bless. Good Sunday afternoon to all of you all across the world. I appreciate you guys more than you really know. Appreciate all the feedback, appreciate all of the comments, appreciate all of the likes and shares, all the things you guys do to keep these things going. And I do it not because of myself, but I do it for you. And one thing I always take into consideration, and I've said this a long time ago, and I've shared this with a lot of students as well, is that, a lot of people get involved in business to make money, and I get it. Absolutely, you should. You shouldn't run a failing business. You want to be able to make money to stay afloat so you can provide services and opportunity and things of that nature to other individuals. Cool. This is the deal. Don't be in it for the most part to go after money, right? That's not the objective. That's not the goal. That's not what you're trying to do. You go in with the mindset that I want to go in and serve. And when I serve by default, I get paid to serve. So when you meet the need, right, then you get the reward of meeting the need. It's like going to a restaurant. When you go to the restaurant, most of the time, you go in, they sit you down at your table, however many you sitting, 3, 4, 5, however many your family's with, or with your family, right? They sit you down, they bring a menu before you. They ask you for, what it is you want. First, they get your drink orders, then later they come back and they get your meal orders, right? Okay, so you get your meal, you come in, they bring the meal to you, you sit down, everybody enjoy their meal. Well, what happens after the meal? Well, you finish your meal, you've gotten what you asked for, now it's time to pay. So that's when you pay the individuals for providing the meal to you. Well, it's the same thing with you as a marketer, as a business person. You coming in with your product, your service, the opportunity, you coming to serve. Once you put it out there, right, then they're obligated to pay you for what it is that you have given unto them. A lot of times it could be trainings, a lot of times it could be, samples of training, whatever the case is, but you putting yourself out there first and foremost and sharing what it is that you have. Once the market is fed, then the market don't mind rewarding you with the funds or the finances that you're looking for. Okay. So, but the other point I wanted to make is it was a book that we came across, and I wanted to share this one with you as well. If you recall this book, it's called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Very powerful book. A lot of individuals, especially marketers, those who are in the personal development, they definitely get off into this kind of stuff to better themselves. Because man, at the end of the day, you got to be able to perform. You got to perform at a high level. When you're in business, you got to change everything about you. You don't come in with this woe is me mindset. You don't come in with this, oh, well, I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to. No, you take it up on yourself to transform your life, to be the person that you need to be in order to do the things that you can do. And that's the only way. I think it was Zig Ziglar that said this years ago. I've heard one of his speeches. He talks about you got to be before you can do, and you got to do before you can have. Right? Let me say that again. You got to be before you can do. See, a lot of people don't do because they're not being. And the only way they can be is they got to transform who they are, think differently about who they are, and become the person that they need to become in order to be able to do the things that they have to do. Right? And when you do the things that you have to do or need to do, then you're able to have the things. You say, well, why is it I don't have success? Because you haven't first become. You get it? When you become, then you can do. When you can do, then you can have. So they've got to go in that order. And that's where I think a lot of marketers, a lot of entrepreneurs, they fail to take that mindset, or they fail to go into that particular mode to do those things in order to have the things that they desire to have. But I want to drop that real quick. But anyway, if you have a chance, if you hadn't read this book, I think you need to pick it up. It talks about what the rich teach their kids. They talk about how the rich handle their money. They talk about how the rich pay themselves first, then they pay their expenses, then they pay taxes. Whereby most people in the country or in the world, for the most part, they get a check, they pay their taxes, then they pay their expenses. Totally backwards. And the rich, they allow their money to work for them, whereby the poor or the middle class, they work for their money. So it's a big role reversal. But the reversal comes when you begin to understand how they think. And the only way you can understand how they think is that you have to study how they think. When you get the studying, when you become, knowledgeable and or learn in what it is that they do, then you can do the same things that they're doing. And you can't say, well, the rich get rich and the poor get poor. Well, there's a reason for that. The rich get rich because the rich know things that the poor don't know. When the poor gets the things that they need to know and apply those things, then the poor transition from being poor into becoming rich. All right. That's the tip for today. Jerry Handy Sr., jerryhandy.com. Always leave a like, comment, share below. We appreciate it. Till next time, God bless. We'll talk soon. Take care.